Good morning, guys. I see you waiting there. Hi, Sandy and Maggie, Brenda, Jody, Jerry, Candy, Kim, Shonda, all ready to go today. Yay! Welcome back to another morning business chat over coffee. I hope your cup is, I was gonna say overfloweth, but it's not funny when you spill your coffee. So I hope your cup is full, and we're gonna chat a little bit about some things that you guys have been asking me about today. How are ya? Tell me how your day is going. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? DT Gifts is on here. Look at her. I finally managed to catch you live. Oh, and so I'm so happy that you are here. Your work is gorgeous, my friend. So we are going to talk a little bit about creating a business page today, because that's what we talked about right yesterday when you guys asked me. And I want to give you just a breakdown of the categories that you can fit yourself into when you create a Facebook business page to make sure that you're getting the most out of your Facebook business page, all right? Because we want to be seen, right? We had great products, services, solutions, and offerings for the public, but one important component of selling things is making sure that people see you, right? And the more people that see you, the greater the chance increases of somebody who's going to go, I want what you got, girl. All right. So that's pretty much how it works. And I'm also going to follow up with some very basic Facebook Live tips. So I'm going to fit this all into a half an hour. And then I think what I'm going to do over the next couple of days, because there are things that you do before a Facebook Live, there are like to prepare yourself mentally and how to get your stuff together and just get a game plan going down. There's stuff that you do during, because you're managing your live stream as you're going, right? Things to do, not to do, and then also when you finish up, some things that you can do with it. So I'm probably going to break that down into 3 different days, because it's easier to suck it up and to like really, really just digest what I'm saying if it's in bite-sized pieces, all right? Hey, Naomi. Oh, I'm so glad you're here too. Okay, awesome. So to create a Facebook business page, I was saying yesterday, I had to remind myself because it's been a long time since I created my Facebook business page. And so my view might look a little bit different than somebody who doesn't have a Facebook business page. But remember, you set up your profile. So you're going to go to facebook.com. You're going to set yourself up, log in with your email and a username. All right. You do need to have a personal profile in order to have a Facebook business page. It's like your Facebook business page comes under your umbrella of your personal profile, right? Facebook needs to know who owns this page, right? We talked about when you put yourself out there on the internet and, you know, the wilds of the internet. Well, Facebook needs to know who owns this page, who is behind it. And so they want it linked to a personal profile. And so if you've got a personal profile, that's all you got to do. And then here's what you're going to do. So I messed around with this last night. And so whether you're on a laptop or you're on a phone, it will work. And this is the phone version because a lot of us have phones, smartphones. So all I have to do is go into, let me see here. Where's it to? Boom. All right. So I pull up my personal page, view my profile. This is my personal profile right here on my Sonuela Miller side, right? And then all I have to do is go to the bottom. Do you see these little lines down here? That indicates that there's a menu hidden underneath that button. And that's why I say when you're doing stuff that you're really doing administrative stuff with your business page, you're doing it with your business. So you can do it on your phone, but when you do it on a laptop, it's a little less scary than like you worry that you're going to touch a button. The next thing you know that, I don't know, you have no idea because it's so fluid, right? And it's just, you know, your finger accidentally touches something when you didn't mean to. So, but if you're on your mobile, you're going to pull up your personal page. You're going to go down to the corner right here. Hey, Sharon. And there is 3 little lines right there. Let me see right there. 3 little lines. All right. Click on those 3 little lines. Then you're going to get a list of stuff. One of the things that is within that list of stuff, friends, groups, marketplace, videos on watch, events, memories, saved, pages, friends nearby, all those things that list out right here. The one you're going to want to click, it says pages, because you're trying to create a Facebook business page. So I'm going to click pages. And when I click pages, do you see right up here? It says create. It's a plus mark and a create. So if I want to create a business page, all I have to do is hit that plus create, woohoo. And guess what it brings me up to? Get started, create your page. All right. And to go to the next screen, all you're going to do is click that little blue, like get started down there, and it will propel you to the next question it's going to ask you and the next question. Now, one of the earlier questions that Facebook asked And this is why I'm going to stop at this point, because it's very easy to go through the click-through buttons to set up a page. Very, very easy. You can have it done within 5 minutes. But one of the things that changes, so the questions that you get for your Facebook page can be different from my Facebook page based on how I answer one of the very first questions that it's going to ask me. Okay, it's like when you have a I don't know, a video game and it says, would you like to do this, or a book that says A or B, what does he do? So depending on how you do this, your business, because we're all different, will determine the questions, the very simple questions that Facebook is going to ask you. Okay, so there's 6 categories you're going to see once you click that get started button that Facebook is going to ask you. What do you fall into? Now, this is something that you can change at any given time. And if you've set up your business page at this point and you just kind of breeze through that section and you never really thought about the categories can impact your reach on Facebook. Rustic Charm is here from England. Kisses back to you, my friend. Oh, good. Kim says, thank you for the info yesterday. Fixed our name and added our username. Every little thing, every little day, I promise. I'm going to give you stuff that helps you propel your business further. Do it. I am so happy, right? Because it's the action of doing stuff, not just thinking about it, not just writing it down, but doing it every single day. Which reminds me, guys, this is a good time to pause and tell you something here. This is a good reminder. And so I'm going to start you with a affirmation this morning and leave you one as well. This works for life, for business, for anything, but anytime you're doing something hard, okay? So, Sonia's telling you stuff that you may be, oh gosh, I got to go click on buttons. I got to sit down to the desk, got to make myself do it. I know how that feels because I get that feeling too about certain things. But you know what? I do it because I know that I have to get it done if I want to be successful. So this is an affirmation for you, okay? It says an affirmation is something positive that you tell yourself so you can power through it, all right? That keeps you where you need to be in the right focus. And so I found this affirmation this morning. It's very, very simple. And I think it's one we all can use when we're having a bad day or we have to do something very hard, all right? And here's what it is. My business allows me to have a life I love, all right? So when you're having one of those moments where you're like, I just want to go back to bed. Oh my gosh. Just today, the customers just seem extra tough. Nothing's working for me today. I don't know. I just feel like I can't get anything done. I'm just having a bad day in general, right? Or just something's not going right for you. All right. You know what? My business, I'm thankful because my business allows me to have the life I love. Or for some of you guys who are just starting off, you know what? You're going to power through this and you're going to get it done. You're going to apply these things because you know what? And be thankful, right? Because you know what? Your business is setting you up for the life that you want, right? The life that you want to live. And when you remind yourself of this stuff, you will get through it. One of the affirmations I have always said to myself, and sometimes you hear yourself say it out loud, and I want you to say it out loud too, all right? When I'm doing really hard things in my business, I say to myself, when I feel like I'm at rock bottom and it just feels like I have a mountain in front of me, like, how am I going to get through this? I say to myself, and you ask my husband, I will even say it out loud. I have done stuff like this before and I will get through it again. I've done it before. I will get through it again. I've done it before. I will survive, right? And sometimes you just needed to say it and for it to hit home and go, take a deep breath. All right. So yes, my business allows me the life that I want to live. Right? A life like no other. And so when you're having the bad days, know that there is a positive and you will get through it, right? Naomi, my business allows me to have the life I love. And you live and you learn. When you have those bad days or you have those tough customers or whatever, you just get better at it. And I will talk to you about tough customers, all right? Remember, you are always in the power seat because you are the CEO of your business. You get to choose people you want to work with, people who you don't want to work with. And so confidence is important when you understand that you're running the show here. That can change your mindset, right? Never feel like your business owns you. Rather stay on top of your business, all right? You're going to do those hard things. You're going to do these things. Make sure your category on Facebook is right because in the long haul, you're doing all this work and you want to make sure that Facebook's going to put you out there to the right reach, right? And you're doing it because at the end of the day, it's going to allow you to live the life that you want. Absolutely, Chris says. Okay, so make sure, just check your categories. This is one of the pieces of homework I want you guys to do today is just check you can change your Facebook category at any given time. You're just going to go into your settings. And I'm telling you, if you just take I don't know, take a half an hour, go click buttons. Don't save anything, but click buttons and see how many spaces you have within your Facebook settings that you don't even have filled out, right? Stuff that can help aid when people are searching for stuff that you have, are looking for pages, and you do exactly what they're looking for, but they can't connect to you because Facebook, think about all the information that it has to go through. So if you make it easier for Facebook to grab onto your information about what you stand about, it's going to be easier for them to show it to other people, right? Chris says, found something yesterday and thought of you. Oh, send me a picture. Absolutely. Okay, so the 6 categories, and I'll break them down for what they mean. Okay, I wrote them down. So Facebook is going to ask you when you start making your Facebook business page. Oh, by the way, and if you do it on a laptop or a desktop, remember I showed you that create button that lives right here on mobile? Well, as soon as you log in, you're going to look at the top of your page and you're going to see a create button, up in that blue section of Facebook up at the top where you have your personal page. At the top, look for a little plus and it says create. Hit the create button, you get to the same place to create your page, okay? The other thing, there's a create button at the top, go right over to the right-hand side, and there's a little tiny arrow that drops down. It's gonna tell you there's a menu hidden under here. There is also right there where you can create a Facebook business page. And just like when you're on mobile, when you pull it up on a laptop, if you go over to your left-hand side, your menu's on your left-hand side, just go down through and look for pages there as well. It takes you to the same place. 3 ways to do it when you're on your laptop, and the easiest way that I showed you when you're on your mobile, okay? So either way, it works. All right, so it's going to ask you, as you get prompted, all right, what are you? It's gonna say, are you a local business or a place? So this is really, really important for those of you who have brick and mortar stores, all right? Don't put yourself under any other category if you truly are a for-profit local business or place. Because what will happen is if you're a local business, like I have myself as a local business because I have a physical destination. There's a store that people will walk into. And so I have the option to put things like parking information in there, hours of my business. I can put in the actual physical address and it will show up on a map. Now, if I select a different category, I'm not going to get those options, right? So Facebook optimizes your Facebook page based on the category that you put yourself into. So if you're not a local business, but yet you're not on Facebook, then you're missing out on opportunities to do some really fantastic stuff to even when you create ads, because now basically you put like a pin in the map, right, for Facebook. And so Facebook will allow you to do ads that reach a certain radius of that address. So if I want to reach people just in the town that I've set my business up into, I'm going to make sure that I've put myself down as a local business, right? It opens up opportunity versus when I put myself into a different category. So putting yourself in the right category can mean so much and open up tools for you to get better awareness of your Facebook page. So the next one, it says company, organization, or institution, okay? And you're like, am I a company, organization? I have a company, I have a business. Well, that particular category is meant more for people who have multiple locations. So if the Junk Monkey decided to go ahead and open up in all states a storefront in all states, so think of like a national brand, that you know about. I don't know. We talked about like the Dollar Tree recently on here, or Dollar General. They're everywhere, right? So how are you going to put yourself as a local business when you are, but you have multiple locations, because you can't list every single map and every single place everywhere, right? It doesn't work like that. So if you list yourself as a company, organization, or institution, it allows you to still position yourself as a local business or a business, but also that you have multiple locations, right? So churches do this. Insurance agencies do this. Think of when you're just a bigger national company, okay? The next one, brand or product. If you sell products, so if you have right now something that you physically have made available online, so ask yourself, are you somebody who has a product where maybe you're selling, I don't know, you're selling on Amazon, you're selling on your personal website, you're selling on Etsy, and you have products for sale. I mean, you literally have taken the pictures, you got postings somewhere out there on the internet, it could be multiple places, but you have a physical product that you ship to people and that people can buy. So if that's the case, you have your own brand or product, right? So that makes sense for that one, because that way when you have your own brand or product, Facebook is going to allow you to do some really fun stuff with like you ever see it where you pull your pictures into Facebook and it gives you some extra things because now Facebook is understanding, okay, your business, you got objects, all right? So let's set your page up this way, the view of your page, the options you get. Next one says artist, band, or public figure, and it's all in one category. Artist, brand, or public figure, okay? So when I think of public figure, automatically I think about, maybe like a stellar documentary journalist, a business person, a politician, a doctor. You think automatically like maybe like somebody really professional, so that gets a page to themselves. Maybe it's, I don't know, some famous singer or something like that, right? Or artist, that sort of thing. But just know, and this is going to be the category that a lot of you guys will fit into. You're like, what? I ain't no doctor. I ain't no lawyer. Like, what are you going to do, Sonia? Putting me in the artist, band, or public figure? Well, remember that if you're promoting your own self, you don't have a product, right? I have Junk Monkey Paint Company. I sell personally Junk Monkey Paint, right? For a lot of you guys out there, your brand is actually you. You promote yourself as the artist, and people come to you to have services done, right? And they follow you. So for the majority of us on here, unless you have a product or a local store, like we talked about earlier, right? Promoting the local destination, a lot of you guys will fall into this category. So again, the category is artist, brand, or public figure. A lot of us creatives, a lot of you creatives, because you're promoting you, all right? And if you are indeed promoting you, then yes, it's okay to use this category because you could be using any product any given day, right? And you don't have your own. Your brand is you, right? Work with me, take advantage of my services. Do you see what I'm saying? Versus a physical thing. All right, give me a yes if that makes sense. The other one is entertainment, and I wrote down stuff for the entertainment would be like maybe you have an album or a book, or it's a radio station, or you're promoting a concert or a sports venue or a tour. That makes sense, right? Entertainment. Think about where you go for entertainment when you go out for supper at the end of the night and where you want to go to. Cause or community, that's going to be things like nonprofit, hospitals, government programs. Think about like the causes, just the nonprofits, and the bigger community sort of things, right? And so that's why I said when I said about the local business or place, if you are for profit, put yourself under the local business or place. Let's see. So Sandy says partnerships. What about the markets and the stores that you sell in? So that's not your business, right? That's their business. Their business is allowing people like you to come in under their roof. So when they set up their business page, I hope they are in the right category. If you just have to decide for yourself. When you are working with another business, you're still your own business, right? Never forget that. Because if that business went away and you marketed yourself completely underneath them, well, boy, where you'd be starting off from scratch, right? And you would wish that you'd it's gone. I push them all the time. I grew their business, right? You got to grow your own business. So remember, when you're creating your Facebook business page, you look at you. All right. And regardless, if that vendor mall closed down tomorrow, and I hope it doesn't, but let's say if it did, doesn't matter because your business has been established and it's been established for a while. You've been growing it. You've been growing your organic followers, your followers that follow you for the value that you give. And if they close today, you can just move it from that store, find another store, right, that you're going to put it into. Or maybe you go on to open up your own store. Who knows? But yeah. So you will be your own person. Good deal. All right, awesome. So that is Facebook business pages and the categories. And when you select the category, that's why you want to select the category, because that means that based on what you answer, Facebook is going to throw you up a couple extra, just very, very simple questions. You set up your page within 5 minutes, all right? And even if you selected the wrong one, just go back into your settings and Facebook will let you change it today. It's no big deal. But just get it right, because as we start talking about ads and stuff that you can do for your page as we move along here, then you might miss out on some stuff because you're not in the right category. And you're like, gosh, darn it. So easy peasy. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Facebook Live. I would love to hear your questions about Facebook Live because I'm going to spend the next couple of days talking about it, because it is without a doubt the thing that can move your business further, faster, just build stronger relationships. And so I'm going to take your questions for the next couple of days to, like I said, talk about the before, the during, the after, putting together a Facebook Live. And today I'll talk about just a few basic things so you guys can get prepared, all right? But I don't want to overwhelm you all. Today, make sure you check your Facebook category. Okay, good. Sandy says scary and exciting. It's like a roller coaster, Sandy. You're a little nervous. Get those butterflies into formation. And remember, like we said earlier on, right? One of the things I always said, I think it was in like day 2 when we started this, I said, one thing you have to learn to do in business is to retrain your thinking. I'm scared to do this. I'm excited to do this, right? I'm excited to do this. And so, because how we talk to ourselves can mean a lot. So we're excited for this. Okay, so the lighting. Lighting is important. It's very, very important. Okay, if I had no lights on here today and I was sitting in the dark, you'd be like, are you even there? Like it would be hard, right? This is why it's fun to do. I could have did this, 365 days of training as a podcast, but I love the visual component. I love the live interaction component. So that's why we're doing it here. But lighting is important, important, especially when you're demonstrating things. How are you going to demonstrate stuff to people if you do not have lighting, right? And they will give you a little bit of leeway if you're what you're talking about is really good. But if you're sitting in the dark and you're, just going, okay. Bear with me 1 second here. Let me, what is this girl doing? I got stuff to get done, and they click off. Now, if I was sitting in the dark, but yet I was giving you like the keys to the kingdom, you'd be like, okay, I'm willing to put up with the darkness because this girl got some good stuff to give out, right? So there is a little leeway with your lighting, but you want to be professional, right? And you want to, when you're demonstrating stuff, you want people to be able to actually see, or they will get frustrated and they will click off and find somebody else that they can really connect with that has decent lighting. One of the best tips for lighting, especially when you're starting off, because I did not have a light when I first started off. This is the second ever light I've ever purchased in my business. They last for a long time, but it took me a long time to have the money. All right. Remember, I started my business when I didn't have 2 dimes to rub together. And now I'm able to go out and buy a nice light that I actually want. But it took me a long time to make that investment into a light because I was willing. I knew in my mind, progress over perfection. And I knew that if I could film some stuff when the sun was out, well, the sunshine will give me some free light, right? So some of you guys, if you're not in that position like me when I first started to go out and spend $100 on a light, because that's a lot of money, then you know what? You can go ahead and just get a little bit better with your planning, right? And so if you say, well, I work during the week, I can't go live during the week. Well, usually in a traditional job, you get 2 days off. Plan your live on a Saturday and a Sunday. Listen to me when I say this. For those of you who are already doing lives or about to start, the optimal amount of lives that you want to do per week that I'm going to tell you that I think just with what I've done and where I think it sets your page up is you want to do at least 2 lives a week. 2 lives a week. Don't beat yourself up and go live 7 days. You can when you get into these, as you grow and you get more confident, you want to do challenges and things like that. I did a challenge back in 2.5 years ago, and I'd never seen anybody do it before. And a lot of people came after me and followed what I did, but I did a 30-day paint a piece of furniture a day challenge, all right? And it was August of 2017. Yeah, August of 2017. And I just challenged myself to do it, and I did it. I became a better painter. I connected. A lot of people found me over that challenge. So when you first start, don't burn yourself off with some intense challenge. Your people want to hear from you, all right? Remember how I said yesterday, there are people that want the short bite, give it to me quick like a pill that I can drop in because I got no patience. I just want to see the beginning, the end, give me the inspiration, the tools, way to go, all right? Then you have the people who are like, I want to spend a little bit more time to you, but I really don't want to sit there and watch you paint the entire thing, right? Everybody has different levels of patience. There are people who love that live conversation. So the people who want to see you live, because you can't hide what's inside when you're live, right? You can't edit it out. And for people who are getting to know you, they're going to know that you're the real deal. Like, this is how you are, because they've seen you act this way now, live after live after live. They've heard the inflection on your voice. And when you do video, oh my gosh, I mean, you could type something out. I mean, all the time we get emails, we get texts, just in general, and you're like, what did they mean by that, right? Was that a compliment or what was that, right? Like, what are they saying? Whereas when you say it live with inflection, you immediately have a connection with somebody because they can just pick out what you're laying down a whole lot faster because your head bobbing and your hand movements and your inflection and your smile or your frown, right? You can, if you are passionate about what you do, and remember, when you're building a business, remember how we talked about do what you love and the money will follow? Live video is a sure way to show people that you genuinely believe in what you're doing. You generally love what you're doing, that you're getting, the results for whatever you're showing them, putting something together, whatever it is that you're doing on live video to demonstrate your product or service or solution. People will pick up on whether, do you believe in what you're doing? Are you being honest? Are you telling me like lies? Are you being dishonest here? Because you can pick up on what somebody's saying to you, right? Anybody else love it? That I tell Matt all the time that I'm that person who will I'll go on YouTube and I love to watch shows that talk about how you can read body language. Anybody else fascinated by that? Like your body language shows you can say something, but your body can be out of alignment with it, right? Because maybe you're saying it, you don't really feel it, you don't really believe it. I love watching those shows. And if you don't, maybe you don't even know they exist, where they play a clip of somebody and they could be on trial. They could be, I don't know, just something that they've said just in general. It's been recorded. And then they'll have people that will watch and they'll put a box in the corner and they'll say, was so-and-so telling the truth when they said this, right? I just find it fascinating because you can't hide what's inside. And body language projects so much power. So live video, for so many reasons, for the Facebook algorithm as well. Let's talk about that for a second. But Facebook doing live video will always bring in customers quicker because people genuinely get an idea of who you are, and they can decide if they want to work with you or not, right? But so that's that part, the relationship building. But also think about live video. Live video came out a couple of years ago on Facebook, and Facebook is being social. Facebook, on the live video on your personal profile side, probably is you see a little bit more about, I went to the zoo. Here is, I don't know, the animals. Oh, here's little Johnny singing in the choir, right? On the social side. We can use live video on the business side as well. You guys see what I do, right? I just turn it on and paint stuff. Never forget that you are a creative first. And when you jump onto live video, one of the biggest tips I'm going to give you as well is that imagine that you're just talking to a friend. We're always ahead of somebody else, okay, in terms of what we're doing in business. There's always somebody that will come to you that want to learn what you are creating. Imagine if they were in the room with you, what would you directly say to them, all right? What would you tell them? How would you start with them, all right? So you always want to picture a face because you're talking to a human that, I know that when I talk to you right now, you are behind the lens of my laptop here, right? Or my mobile phone. Never forget there's a heartbeat. And the moment that you forget that, then it's almost like you get salesy, right? And you forget why you're there. Remember, and then for some of you, it might mean, honestly, right before you go live, picturing a person that has asked you a question in your storefront, somebody that's messaged you, a friend, and they're like, how do you make those gnomes? And you're like, you know what? Let me answer that. Hey guys, it's Sonia, and today I'm going to show you how I make those gnomes. I know you want to know how to make the gnomes. You've been asking me, and they're super cute, all right? So here's what I'm going to tell you to do. All right, go out and get some fabric. Go and see the Walmart clearance bins or anything like that. Think about to a friend, all right? Because you talk to a friend differently than when you think you have to put your business clothes on. Business clothes is all about relationships, all right? And a lot of people whip out a business hat and a business suit and they don't allow themselves to shine through. Well, one of the biggest recipes for success in your business is letting your personality shine through. So don't filter yourself when you go live in terms of your lovely personality. Don't change for anyone because you will attract the people that totally get who you are. And in fact, it will draw them closer because you are different. You're not cookie cutter. You're not trying to be like everyone else. And you know what? When they think of you, they can think of your personality and how you are, and it brings up happy thoughts for them, right? So always remember that there's a person that you're speaking to. If you have to, I don't know, take a picture of a friend, or if you have to post a question that you got from somebody, on a wall, like right here. I'm in front of a wall right here. So I could like stick up a question in front of me right now and be like, okay, that's the question I got. How would I address that question to a friend? And that's how I'm going to talk on it, right? Very, very, keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Lively lives are the best. Very nice. Thank you, Lena. I was talking about this the other day on here where it says that, Lena said that I've always loved you, that you're real, and that it's going to be hard in business. Business is hard. So it's going to be really hard for you to fake who you are for the rest of your business life. That is exhausting. Don't do that to yourself. Set yourself up, owning who you are, being who you are. And that way, you know what? That's one less thing that you have to worry about. Oh, am I being the me that they expect? Because imagine you grow a following and they get to meet you in person and you're like, I can't meet them in person because they're going to know that it's all been an act, or, that this is not the same way I am, right? And give you anxiety to meet people. If you are truly you on camera, the same way you're off camera, when you meet people even, there's less anxiety because you know what? You are what you are, and you've always showed people that, right? Jocelyn says she's always wearing her paint clothes when she's working. So maybe throw on some lipstick so she looks semi-homeless. Exactly. 2 looks, glam and semi-homeless. That's for us painters out there, right? Who knows that as well? Too funny. But yes, just be you and show up, because if you're giving value, people will appreciate the realness. People don't want fakeness. And in fact, right now, if I had to come on and be like super put together and wearing pearls, I mean, is that really real life? Does a painter really show up with pearls on, I don't know, hair teased to the nines and, my dress suit on? You'd be like, no, this girl is the real deal, because you know what? She gets up in the morning, she throws her hair in a messy bun. This is what she tells herself before she starts her business day. And if she can do it, right, and you can be extraordinarily ordinary, then you know what? Because if you just be yourself, it's such a big component of it, right? That you can do it too. People don't want fake. They want real advice, real stuff that they can do, real things to feed their mind, real action steps that they can do, and real people to learn from, right? Good. Chris says, I agree. Try like Sonia said, like you're talking to a friend. Remember, you are always in control. Right now, I have a big red giant button that's staring at me that says end stream. And if anything happened where I had to like, oh gosh, I should jump off of here now, or I feel like I should jump off of here now, all I have to do is hit the red button. You are always in control. That is what amazing. It's amazing. And if you're an introvert out there, that this is why it's so good as well. Because, if you had a crowd of people to talk to and you couldn't quite run off stage, that would be a scene. But, if you're an introvert and you're learning and you're trying to come out of your shell to put yourself out there in front of other people, the very fact that you can tell yourself inward that you're in control, and then all you have to do is go, all right, guys. So right now I can say, all right, guys, well, I had a wonderful chat with you. I'm going to jump back on tomorrow and I'll see you then. I hit end stream and I'm done, right? You can give yourself a quick out. It's no big deal. So when you start to go live, you can work it up and go smaller lives into bigger lives. All right, now who wants to know how long should I go live for, Sonia? So the way it's going to work with the Facebook algorithm is Facebook will give precedence to you if you're doing a Facebook Live over any other thing that you're doing. Let me say that again. If you're going Facebook Live, it's going to appear in the feeds, in the top part of feeds, to your customers, to your followers, to the people who like and follow your page. Yes, you can, Kim. Anytime that you do a live, you have the option to delete it, or you have the option not to post it. So you cannot even post it to your wall. You can finish up a live and go, do you want to save this to your wall? Do you want to save? I forget how it says. Sometimes it changes the verbiage. No, you don't. You just delete it. Or if it ever goes to your wall and you're like, I want to get rid of that, go to the 3 dots on the side of it if you're on your phone. And I think it also works if you're on a laptop as well. 3 dots, delete, gone. Nobody ever saw it. All right. So if you have a wardrobe malfunction, anything like that, gone, never to be spoken of again. But you are always in control. So when you go live, I just told you, Facebook puts you at the top of the feed, right? Now, when you go live, Facebook does some things behind the scenes. So as soon as you hit the live button, if you ever go live and you're like, oh my gosh, nobody showed up. Okay, well, there's a good thing. Facebook, you're getting grace to learn instead of learning in front of an audience of a ton of people. Use it as a learning live. All right, and be like, whew, I am thankful nobody showed up today because I got a couple people, they know me, and it's all good to go because I can practice my lives with them and get better. So as I do more, and it will happen, more people will show up if you continue to do it continually and do good lives and do at least 2 per week. It continues to build, okay? People saw what you did last week. Oh, it was so good. They're coming back this week. Plus, you're finding more people, and that number continues to grow. People start tagging people, bringing other people into the conversation. It naturally happens. So, but you got to start somewhere. And when you first start going live and nobody even expects you to go live, they don't know you just quite yet. You've been hiding behind your logo, behind your brand. Even if they do watch live, they might not even talk to you because they don't quite know you. They don't have that relationship with you to talk to you just yet. So just know that that's okay, right? Totally okay. I am glad my first few lives that I get a chance to figure out what I'm doing here before the masses showed up. So I could at least feel half decently, put together, right? So it's a blessing. So when you go live and you're going into the algorithm, Facebook needs time to send it out to all those people to get all those notifications. It doesn't happen all at once. So that means that there is a little delay on your end. So if you hit live, nobody's there, that's normal. I forget how many seconds it is right now for the delay, but it might be around 30 seconds or so. Not even that, 20, 30 seconds before you start seeing people pop on. And that means Facebook has delivered it out to the people who subscribe to you, who follow you, not just like your page, but follow your page. We talked about that this week and the difference. And then by that time, they show up, right? So you know that. So don't get scared, nervous, like, oh my gosh, they hate me because nobody came on. No, there's a delay, number one. All right. And what you want to do is start right away in your live. So knowing that there's a delay when they see me, they're still seeing the video, but you're just going to have a delay until you see them come in to your live stream. All right. So get started right away. All right. Because if you are there and when I see people go, I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come on. Like, are you saying that the people that showed up are not important? What is that? Make sure that you serve the people that showed up. All right. So it's nothing worse than that. Have you ever gone to a meeting where it says be there at 8 o'clock and not everybody comes on time? You came on time, man. You hustled to get out the door and you got there. And then the speaker goes, okay, we're going to wait till about 8:15 and we'll get started. And you're like, what about the people that showed up here? Like, what are we, chopped liver here? So, deliver to the people that show up. If you have a party at your house, and you open the door and the first 3 guests come in or 2 guests or 1 guest come in, you go, okay, I'm not going to start talking to you just yet until a couple more people get here, okay? And then we'll begin the dialogue because I want to make sure everybody's here before we start the party. Do not do that to your people. That is completely disrespectful, and people will jump off because you know what? They have not got time for that. You have to respect their precious time because if you have already a great headline, you got a great idea lined up, all right? And we're going to talk about headlines and promoting a live that you're about to do and all that good stuff. That's so much good stuff that we can talk about. Get started right away though, okay? Because people are busy more than ever in life, and if they have taken the time to give you their time, appreciate and respect their time and get started. All right. Now you can get started and you can start a live by saying hello to people, but don't just sit there in silence. Okay. Have you ever seen somebody do that? Just get on and all of a sudden they're really quiet and they're looking around. They're probably looking to see if anybody's here and going, oh, hi, Jane. Okay. We'll wait for some more people to get on. Just gonna wait for some more people to get on. So unprofessional. Don't even do it. All right. Judy says, no one shows up. I just keep going and talk because I think at some point someone will watch it. So good. That is so true. Do you know more people will watch on replay versus watching live? You nailed it, Judy. Judy says, I just talk and do my thing in your mind. Even if somebody shows up, I've done lives with 5,000, 6,000 people watching me at one time. Whether 6,000 people show up, whether 1 or 2 people show up, it doesn't make a hill of beans. Because you know what? In my mind, my person is always in front of me. The person that asked me, Sonia, How do you paint a piece of furniture from scratch? All right. So I'm talking to them. So it's easy for me to keep talking to them versus getting worried about how many people are on the screen with me, right? Or who left or who came in. And this gets me to the point of where how long you should have your Facebook Live going for. And that is, I'm going to say optimal, you want to have it at least 10 minutes. And here's why. If you do short lives, that's fine. You might get some people on, pop off, because that's what they do. They pop in, they pop out, they go away, they come back. Somebody leaves, somebody comes on. So the longer that you're on, it gives Facebook the opportunity to put it into more people's feeds. So you'll see that your number go up, you'll see your number go down. That's completely normal. That's what happens. So if you're going live for just a couple minutes, it still rock and rolls your page. But if you can aim to do something that maybe is around 10 minutes at least, and you can go up to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that's probably optimal. But, or else if the subject matter demands longer and you have attention, then keep on going, keep on rolling with it, right? But if you're there and you're hearing crickets, I mean, there's no need to do an hour-long live when maybe you need just to break it down, right? Break it down and do a couple lives that week. Do a series and, bite-sized nuggets that make up an entire topic, right? I could go live today, tomorrow, probably for the rest of the year, 24 hours strong, talking about business to you. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to do it in bite-sized pieces every single morning, right? That just makes more sense because people get burnt out. Your brain can only hold so much information. How long should you go live for? As long as the actual information demands that you should go live. Optimally, if you can go live for 10 minutes, you know that you are getting out into the Facebook algorithms and giving Facebook a chance for it to put it into the feeds of more people, which is optimal for you, right? So learning to space yourself. But just when you're starting off and you're just going live for, even if you can go live for 4 minutes or 5 minutes, you can work yourself up into 10 minutes, right? But just doing for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, that is like the hand going around the clock 3 times. I mean, come on, we can do a live for 3 minutes, right? Think about that. The hand going around the clock, it doesn't take a whole lot of time, right? And if you can talk on something that you're passionate about, remember, do what you love, the money will follow. If you're passionate about something and that question that I asked a couple days ago, what is it that you talk about all the time? You can talk about it when you're sick. You can talk about it to the point where your family will tell you, will you please stop talking about it. You are obsessed about it. You know it inside and out. I know you can talk to 3 to 4 minutes on it. And so when you are doing lives on the topic that you're passionate about and building a business around something that you're passionate about, you'll never run out of what you can say, right? Give yourself that filter. You are you're at Thanksgiving dinner, you're having a conversation with that friend, and they said, how do you make those gnomes, those little cute fabric gnomes? They are so gosh darn cute, all right? You can do a live and you can do a demonstration, or you can even come on and talk about it if you want to, right, for a little bit and set people up and say, tomorrow we're actually going to do it. But this is one of the questions that I get. Have you seen them? These are mine right here. And I'm getting lots of questions about how I make them. My friends have been asking me. This guy over here, you can really fill out a live, right? Yes, 2 times per week. That will keep your Facebook like I don't know, like when you take a maintenance pill to keep your metabolism in order or anything like that. That 2 per week is what you're going to need for your Facebook page. All right, real quick. All right, because we're at 8:45 here. We're going to continue to talk about Facebook Lives because there's a lot. Take notes and all the good stuff. So this is this is called a ring light that's behind me. And this is actually a light that really got a lot of use in the beauty world because imagine but there is a post here. I'm going to give you a demonstration of how to use it probably tomorrow or the following day, but you can shorten it up, make it taller. So if I'm sitting in a chair, I could put that ring light right behind my laptop. Basically your face goes in the center of it and it illuminates what's around you. Okay. You can get them with dimmers on. Ones that don't have dimmers. This one has a dimmer on it, which is really nice. And I think I paid somewhere around, for these ring lights, you typically pay maybe around $100 to $120 for them, all right? If you want to do a ring light. If you just want to do a live without getting into a ring light, don't ever let a ring light make or break whether or not you're going to do a Facebook Live, because you know what? The ring light doesn't get that much importance in your business, okay? Progress over perfection. You got everything you need right now. You got a smartphone that you can go live from and hit the go live button. Go underneath where you would hit a publish post. And instead of hitting the post or a picture, hit the word that says live. All right. It'll give you one. By the way, when you hit a live button, you don't go live automatically. It gives you time to go ahead and put in a title of what you're going to say. And then when you do hit the go live button, you have a moment before it tells you that you're live, okay? Like YouTube here gives me a countdown. It'll say 3, 2, 1, and you're like, and then all of a sudden your gray screen comes completely vibrant. You know, okay, all right, we're not in the highlighted form anymore. We're the real deal. We're broadcasting right now. So that's just know that if you hit the go live button, it's just going to prompt you to set up to go live. So take a breather. All right, don't worry about that. Now, my window is over to the side right here, and I am sitting in this room where there's a bulletin board behind me and a built-in bookcase and a hard top counter, okay? So this is where I'm set up, but I don't have light right here. So I have a mini ring light that I have purchased, and it sits right in front of me, just like this guy, except picture a miniature compact version, and it's right in front of me, all right? And that is one of my most recent purchases, but you don't need it. Just think about what you're doing. Because I'm here because I'm in a room at 8 o'clock in the morning where it's not always bright outside at 8 o'clock in the morning, and my window is off to the side, all right? And I might change my setup. I have plans. But ideally, if you are painting, you want to face the sunshine. You never want to point your camera. If I pointed my camera at this window over here right now, everything would appear very, very white. If I had it blows it out to the point where people can't even see you. If I had a lamp behind me right here, then it's going to just like a bulb that's going to glow really bright, and it's going to be really annoying. You want to always have the light coming in at you. All right. So you'll hear, if you follow any Instagram influencers, or, you got to have the best lights and all that good stuff as part of their brand. They really focus on that. They'll tell you, you'll see them in front of catching the best light in front of my living room window today. The sun is coming in, the shears might soften the light a little bit, but you're getting that exposure of light coming all over you, right? The golden hour. You ever heard of the golden hour? We all live in different time zones, but it's when the sun is not at its highest, but it's maybe could be around 3, 4 o'clock in the day, right? And it's not bright in your face, but at the same time, it's in a position where it's still light out, but it's more dispersed versus a bright bulb. So think about going live during the day. And if you work during the day, what a traditional work week, Monday through Friday, plan your live on a Saturday and a Sunday. All right. And you will get better every single time. Maggie says, are you seeing on your phone what the audience is seeing? Yes, exactly. That is exactly what you're seeing. When you're going on your mobile phone, the view is the comments come up from the bottom. When you're on a laptop like this, you just kind of have a screen and everything flows to the side of you. So you just kind of have to keep checking over, right? I sure will. So when I finish this, I can't put up a link right now because we're live, but what I'll do is actually go, because there's many ring lights, I will go and dig up on my Amazon statement, the code for this one. And I will put it, there's a description box that will appear once this video is finished. And so later today, come back and check it, because by tomorrow morning, it'll be there a little bit later today. I will go and dig out the exact same ones and put them in the description box below. So it'll take you right to them. And I also have a great mount that I use. It's downstairs. In tomorrow's video, I'll show it to you. And I have a code where I think you can save 20% off of it. But you don't need lights and you don't need stands to get started. Even if you have a bottle with a hairband, put your phone on top of it, and you can set that anywhere and have your phone. You can lay it up against a shelf, anything just to get started, right? Sandy says, is that round light the only one? Yeah, I have one. This one is not going, right? This is behind me. This is for tomorrow. So when I teach you how to use it, it's in the room with me so you can see it, know what I'm referring to. So your phone goes up here. And I actually have another little doohickey right here. So it comes with a clip for one phone. This is actually one that I have do you see how it has 2 little brackets? I can actually put 2 phones. So sometimes I'll put Matt's phone in one, my phone in one, and then go ahead and go live. And I can broadcast on YouTube and Facebook at the same time if I want to do that. For a period of time, I did 30 days where I went live on YouTube. They're here, they're saved. And 30 days my Facebook page. And I think it was a milk paint challenge I did for 20 or 30 days. So you can do that as well, right? I will do that. Absolutely. That's why I'm excited. Once we get our community tab, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, YouTube will give us a community tab, and it's just like a Facebook wall. So you're able to go in there, and I'll be able to say, go in the community tab. You'll see the picture. You'll see the whatever, I don't know, small tutorial I did on whatever. Because when you're going live, I can't do the tutorials right while I'm going live. So, or give you the links right now on the screen or anything. So it'll be so good, and we'll continue to put stuff in there. Yes, it does, Brady. Time flies when you get busy talking and into what you're doing. That's it. And if you love what you do, love what you do so much that you don't even care when the camera is on. Remember me saying that? Would you do what you're doing regardless if the camera was on you today? That's how you have to feel inside when you go live. The camera just happens to be on you, but regardless if anybody was peering in and watching what you were doing, doesn't make a difference because you'd still be doing it anyhow, right? Those are the best businesses. Because again, it's not like you're going to be fake when you're talking about it, because you ooze what it is that you love to do, and you're so good at it, or you've done it and you have a proven track record in it, right? Remember I asked you if you've done it before, all those sorts of things. That sets up business to be easy for you, because business is hard enough figuring out all this marketing and all that good stuff, and getting your customers and taking care of your customers and scaling up your business and all the stuff that you have to do. When you start a business and you don't start it from the perspective of it's okay to be me. People will love me. You are enough of who you are right now. In fact, people will love you more if you are down to earth. If you sit in your chair in your living room today and just in your comfy recliner and just went live and talked to your people, ask them where they're from. You wanted to say hello. You say thankful that they're here today. Ask them if there's a project that they would like to see you do, and then say, maybe I have a couple in mind. This is what I was thinking. I could fill that up in 3 minutes, right? Without even getting out of my chair. We are. Pam, I'm going to look into doing that. I don't know right now if I am. And what happens with YouTube is that the more followers that you get and the more you show up and you deliver videos on YouTube, YouTube unlocks stuff. So I have the capability right now to go live through a program I have and do split screen in my Facebook. But I'm going to go see if they now offer the option for YouTube, because eventually I would love to do some stuff as well as having like guests on here as well and all that good stuff. So right now, if I need to do a tutorial, all I would do is film it, have a standalone computer, save it, and upload it. That's all. Chris says, the thought of lives makes me nervous, but I am making a list of subjects I could talk about. That is a great place to start. That is a great place to start. Let's add that to your homework today. Check your Facebook category, and also think about some very simple things that you could go live for just a couple minutes. Even if you can like plan to do a live for 2 minutes. All right. Talking about something that you love. I know you could do it. Picture the person in front of you that's always been asking you about something. Just get started there. That's a great place to get started. Brandy says, after a bit, you forget that it's even there. That's so true, because it becomes so comfortable and you realize you are always in control. So like I said, if something starts to go like weird or whatever, then you know what? Just always bring it back, and then you always have control. All right. So I am going to hit the end stream button right here. It's coming up to 9 o'clock, and we have been talking about lots of good stuff. I promise I will be back again tomorrow morning. I love our morning business chats over coffee. It is a great way to start today. So remember that affirmation that I told you, right? When you're doing all these hard things in business and you're growing your business, to not focus on the negative, but to know that you're doing something very brave, and that if business was easy, everybody would have a business. A lot of people dream about having their own business, wish that they could take the steps to do it and have a successful business, but maybe they're nervous and they're scared, right? Think about your why of your freedom and the life that you crave and you want to design is, you know what, what's more scarier, staying where you are today, tomorrow, or the following year, or for every year of your life, or pressing the go live button if you know that it will indeed move your business, right? My business allows me to have a life I love, or my business allows me to create the life that I dream of. I will have that life that I dream of, and I'll figure out all the things as I go, right? Lauren has a great idea. She says, I use a strand of LED lights from Amazon, use a wire wreath form from a Dollar Tree, covered it with foil and stretch the lights. That's awesome. And it reflects the light onto you. That's all you need is some light. Good for you. That's brilliant. I love it. Do what you got to do, right? When I first started, oh my gosh, I remember that. And I was doing my lives with natural daylight. And then Home Talk contacted me, and we were going to do some, live videos on their platform. And I can remember, I'm like, Matt, I got to have decent lighting. Now it's not just on my page. Like now I'm going to somebody else's page, and I want it to be really good. And I could not afford a ring light. And so Matt said, let me go see what options are out there. And he came back with those, the Walmart ones that get really hot. They can be dangerous. So make sure if you use them, you're careful with it. They're the ones with the clamp on it, and they're silver, and they have basically like a floodlight inside of it. Or at least it felt like that. But the light goes inside of it. It gets really warm. And I can remember going live in front of an audience, and they didn't know it, because you know what? You keep it together, right? You're the professional, right? Even when the professionals are on stage and they're dancing and doing entertainment, you know what? If they have a wardrobe malfunction, right? They just can't run off the stage. They have to do what they got to do, and the show must go on, right? And not even draw attention to stuff, right? Because you're there to serve your audience. So when you're doing your thing, I remember doing my thing and having these lights around me. And before I even started, I was so hot because there were so many of these lights. This doesn't give off heat, right? But you got to do what you got to do with what you got, right? And what you do have in front of you. And so we put these lights up. I remember one time the chandelier in the middle, it was still dark. It was an overcast day. And Matt, I took a picture of it. I still have it on my phone, where Matt tied on one of those silver lights onto my chandelier, literally, shoe tied it on up there. And I'm like, that is the most. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? You gotta do what you gotta do. And doing lives, and the sweat coming down the back, seriously, just like a river of sweat coming down between your shoulder blades because you're nervous. You don't want them to see your knees knocking, project what you want your audience to feel. And if you want them to feel chaos and you're going to complain about everything, well, is that really what you want your audience to feel, right? Suck it up, right? What's that affirmation again? That you're doing the hard things in business right now because you know what? My business allows me to have the life I love. And I am so glad that I got through all that. And now eventually I was able to purchase a ring light, but it didn't come earlier on for me. It took a while. And for some of you guys, just know that it's the same sort of thing, right? We start off here. Naomi, that's what my husband was doing. He's a bit of a MacGyver. That's probably a good word to use, yes. Oh my gosh, it just looked like, yeah. If I could find that picture, I can see it. It's burnt into my mind, right? But yeah, you got to do what you got to do with what you got. Progress over perfection. And the message is more important than your setup. You've got a phone. You've got a big ball of light in the sky, and it shows up every single day. So take advantage of that free light and take advantage of the free options that Facebook gives us. And then later on, you can get a little more froggy and start to do ads and stuff on topics that you have learned that people are really drawn to. All right. With that, I am truly going to hit the end stream button. I'll see you back on here again tomorrow at 8 a.m. Make it a wonderful day and do something for your business. Will ya?